Hello and welcome everyone. In today's tutorial, I will show you how you can leverage Copilot AI in Power Apps to build simple project management application. We will explore the ways that we can leverage Copilot in Power Apps, both creating applications, editing application, adding Copilot control inside your Canvas app so that your end users can use it. And much more. We will also show how we can bring our custom Copilot built-in Copilot Studio into our Canvas app. So let's get started. Here's our fictional project management use case. The team tracks their project tasks using an Excel spreadsheet, and as you can see, that's not the best UI. Of course, you can make this prettier. You can add additional capabilities such as search, filter, and so on. But Excel is not really designed for collaboration. So team decides to use Copilot AI feature in Power Apps to streamline their project management processes. Let's review the finished application. Here is our app. I haven't published this yet. So on the top, we have the name of the application. This shows the logged in user. Currently, that's me. There is an organizational logo. And on the left side, we have gallery showing the tasks and information about each task. For example, task ID, task name, status, etc. On the right side, we have a form control allows us to edit, update existing records or add a new record. So if I click new, I will be able to add a new task. Of course, I can click cancel and this will cancel the adding new task. We have also search option here. So if I, for example, type the task ID, this will search the existing task ID based on the task ID I put here. This can be also task name, for example, design. And I have also filter actions here. For example, I can come here and filter tasks based on their task status. And as you can see, this only brought the tasks that are currently in progress. I can also find people, assigned people here. So for example, if I type Rafsan myself, click, and this will filter the gallery based on the assigned person. Now I can click reset and this will bring back the gallery. We have also another screen I just added. So if I click this icon, this will take us to another screen where I added Copilot Assistant. So there is a Copilot control inside Canvas app, allows users, mostly end users, to ask the questions about underlying data. For example, I can come here and type questions related to my project data. And I can also ask questions here. For example, what are my project tasks? If I click, enter, and as you can see, it brought the task information. So right now it brought only task IDs, but you can ask more specific questions. For example, I can ask here, what's the task status for task ID? Click enter, and this shows that this task is completed. Let's come back and check. I'll just type here, and as you can see, this task is completed. So the Copilot control experience really great for end users to go ahead and get the information quickly instead of using search filter actions. I think this is a great feature. That's what we will also add in our application. We will also talk about App Copilot, that the copilots that we build in Copilot Studio, because this is a new feature and I think it's worth to just briefly explain that. Okay, let's get started. To get started, we will need to go to make.powerapps.com. Make.powerapps.com, click enter. So by the way, if you don't have access to Power Apps, what you can do, you can sign up for Power Apps developer plan. So it's completely free. So what you need once you are here, by the way, I will share this link on the description, click start. And here you will need to sign up using your work or school email. Here I am in the Power Apps homepage and we can see Copilot AI experience here. So as I said before, you probably use Copilot for web, Copilot in Bing. That's a similar experience, but designed to build applications. So I can simply come here and put my initial prompt, build a project tracker app to track my project tasks. And when I hit create, this will create first underlying data source in Dataverse, just one table. Later we can add more tables and data sources. And then on top of that, it will build the one screen responsive application. So I would also like to talk about here the try new data experience, because this is a new experience, allows us to create multiple tables before we build our application. Let's try that. And if I click create, now it's just setting up our application and creating the data schema. This basically creates our relationship between tables. So here we can see we have two tables. One is project, one is task. So, and the relationship here already defined by Copilot, it shows that, for example, one project can have multiple tasks. So I can come here and view underlying data, and I can simply ask here, for example, add a column for task owner. So it just added a task owner. We can also bring new tables or create new tables. I can click this describe new tables and this will create it. I think this is very similar to the Copilot in Word. And we can also bring SharePoint list and it will turn it to a table. So for example, here I have SharePoint list that I can import it here. And here I have, for example, I have task list and click import. I'll click the exit from this table view. And here we have this existing list from SharePoint. And if I click to view data, and as you can see, it successfully brought the underlying data into Dataverse table. So what I can do here, I can also ask, create a relationship between project and task list tables. So as you can see, it just created those relationships, and I can make this a little bigger. So this is also one-to-many. It shows that one project can have multiple tasks. So I think this is a great, but another thing that I would like to show it to you here, view prompts. If you are using this feature, go ahead and explore this. If you click save and open app, this will create multiple screens. One screen, for example, welcome screen, the other one like all the projects you have, and then another list for your project tasks. So I think it's really great, but we will not use this feature for this. Come back, leave and discard tables, and turn this off, and I will put my prompt again. So what we can do it here. So we can further customize our underlying table here. So I can come here and, for example, what we have here, we have due date. It's a date column, you can see, and we have status. I always recommend checking the status column because sometimes it creates just two values. So let's see, we have pending, in progress, and completed. For project tasks, we don't need pending. We can just change pending, not started. So that's what I will ask. So here we are, it just goes ahead and change it. So if I click one more time, as you can see, not started, in progress, completed, We can also add another value here saying that so if I click now, and you can see these are the values that we have. So Copilot here helps us to further customize our table. So what I will also need to do here, I have many status choices. So I will make it more descriptive. I will say, you may not need to do that, but I have many global status choices, and sometimes it's very confusing. So what we can do here, we have description, we have due date, we can also add, for example, task status date, we can have duration and make it calculated based on the difference between due date and start date. We can also add who is a team member, assigned team member, for example. I can ask add a column for task owner. This will go ahead and add a task owner column. But what I will do, I will delete this actually because I don't want to manually type the task owner name. So I won't bring that data from our Microsoft Entra or Azure Active Directory. So I'll do it manually once we have app. So I will click here, ask Copilot to delete the task owner column. So it just deleted. Also, I have many tables. I know it's not the best practice, but they are under the same name, project task. So I will be more descriptive and say that change table name to demo project task. Click enter. Once we are happy with the table Copilot created, then we can click create app. And then Copilot this time creates the application. Here we are. This is our one screen application Copilot created. So I'll just exit from here and click preview the app. And I'll make this canvas size so that we can see. And on the left side, we have gallery so that we can select task records. And on the right side, we have a form control showing the task details. The first thing I will do, I will save the application. Then we will start customizing our application. There is also Copilot action here too. If you open, and this way you can ask Copilot, similar we did in the Dataverse table part. We can ask Copilot to do, for example, add a new screen, add a button, write simple code, etc. And on the left side, this is our data source. As I said, if you toggle off the new data experience in the Power Apps homepage, this will create only one single table for your application. And here, if I click edit data, we can see the existing information or records in our. We need to add a new column for the assigned person. What I will do, I will click create, plus icon to create. Display name, I will call it assigned to. And data type, we will use lookup. And lookup will allow us to create relationship with other table. And Dataverse has a standard table called Microsoft AD, Microsoft Entra ID. I will click and save. And if I scroll to the right, so you can see now this will bring all the team members or people from our Microsoft Entra ID table. So I can click here, for example, add some sample data and close. Now we can go ahead and customize our application. The first thing I will do, come here and I will select this container and the controls inside it. So make sure that you select this, you don't select the table name container one, because we are going to delete the controls inside it. So I will select this and click delete, and I will do the same thing for offline sync icon one. And here, what I want to do, I'm going to add a header control. It's a modern control. So let's do that. Type header. We don't see it right now. Don't worry. So come to three ellipses and click settings. And here we have updates. There is modern controls and themes, and I will toggle this on and close. Now, if I come back, look for header. I will change the color here. So I will select this and extend the properties pane. And from here, choose the platter. I will choose this. So if you don't have logo, you can choose stock image. I have one. I will select that. Okay. And if I play, what we see, we have logo, we have the name of, so I will change this as well, because right now shows the screen name, and here my name, that's gonna be existing user, and the email if you click. So what I will do, I will select the header control again. So make sure you are the header one control, not the table name container one. So here we have the screen name title. Currently it brings the name of the screen. You can see demo project task screen. So I will delete this, and between double quotes I will say project task app. You can rename it to anything you want. This looks good. So what else I will do? I will select my gallery sidebar container one and click container, and will extend minimum width. I will make this 800. So what I'm trying to do here, maybe even more. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm going to customize my gallery to show like high-level information about tasks, and the right side I'm going to make my form a little bit smaller, so if the team member needs more information, they can click and they will get more information about each task. So we will also customize the form control. And here I will come back, then I will select my site container one, and inside that we have gallery, right? So I will extend this and select records gallery one. So anything you want to add or update your gallery, make sure that you select your gallery. Then there is a pencil icon here. Click here to edit your gallery. This is the way you can edit your gallery. Otherwise, for example, if I click here, this will not allow me. So click edit. So what I want to do, I want this gallery show some high-level information about my task. So what I will do, I will select this, make this smaller, and adjust this. Okay, I will also select this, bring it here. So this will show our task name, for example. So in the gallery, I want my gallery to show task ID, task name, assigned person, then status and due date. It's easy. For example, if you want to show the task ID, you can just copy this and paste. Now I'm going to bring this here. And on the text property, it says this item does task name, dot task name. I will delete this, click that, and here you can see all the columns from your data source. So I will click task ID. You can also make this little smaller, and I will keep this as is because next to the task ID we want to show the task name. Maybe we can make this centered and make this little, like, expand the width a little bit because task name may be bigger. So I'll do another customization here. Maybe I will bring this little closer and extend it. Here I want to show assign to person, so I will come here, dot assign to. So assign to, it's a lookup column and it brings the data from our Microsoft Entra table. So what information we want to show here. So if I click that, these are the options. I can show the display name, job title, etc. Right now we want to show display name. I will click display name, and as you can see, it pulls the display name. So I'll make this a little smaller. The same way I will make this centered. I will bring this here. Then I will keep the due date, and then I will copy this again and paste it and bring next to the display name part. And this time I will select status, no, task status. Task status. This shows the task status, as you can see. And I will also keep the due date. But for the due date, I don't want to show the time. I want to only show the date. So what I will do, I will keep this. And before that, I will say text, open parenthesis. And I will keep this as is, then put comma. And then I will put my format. Between double quotes, I will say months to these for dates and 4Ys for year, and close the parenthesis. And here we are, we have the right data format, and I will also make this centered. So if I click now, and as you can see, we little bit customized it. Another thing here, we can add the user image. So I will select the first record again. I will come to insert and look for image control and add this. I will bring next to the assigned person. So I will customize this a little bit. Here we have width. I will make this maybe 30, and the height gonna be 30 as well. I will also bring this to the center. Also, before I do anything, let's see, because right now this takes a lot of space, and I will come here, select my gallery, let me bring to the left, and gallery has template size. Right now it's 104. I will make this 70. Okay, now it changed the size. I think we need to start again. I will extend this one more time. Under gallery, we have this separator. This basically separates the between two records. Right now the height is 8. I will make this maybe 5. Click. Now there is a less space. Excellent. And also, we don't need this button because this button is really good when you have your form in a separate screen or you have a pop-up form, etc. But right now, these already have my gallery already has this functionality. If I click, this will show the selected record. So I don't need this, but I typically don't delete this button because I don't know the future iterations. So I will just come here, select the next arrow one, and there is a visible property right now. Turn it's true. I will make this false, so we will not see that. Great. So I'll come back and select my image again. There is a border radius. I will make that maybe 90. This will give nice round experience. And for the image, what I will do first, I will bring another data source here. As you can see, as soon as I created lookup column between my demo project tasks and assigned to column, it brought also Microsoft Entra ID table here. So I will add another data source here called Office 365 users. This is the connector we are going to use, and I will show how. So my image selected, I will come here, I will delete this, I will extend this, and I will say if is not blank, this item assigned to, so I will use male because display name, sometimes we can have like 2-3 people with the same display name, so I will use male instead. So we are saying if this item assigned to with the email, if not blank, then if, in parentheses, Office 365 users dot user metadata, photo metadata, this item assigned to male dot has photo equals true, then show me Office 365 users dot user photo version 2 v2, this item assigned to dot male, and otherwise show me the sample image and close. Format the text. So if I play now, you can see the user image here. So we don't have image, for example, John, and that's why we don't see any image. But the rest of the users, they have image and we can see it here. So let's come back, close this. I want to have an icon showing the task status based on the status value. We can ask Copilot here, for example, add a simple conditional formatting based on the task status, but that will change the color of the text. What I will do instead, I will select the first record again, come to insert and look for circle icon. I will bring it to next to the status column, and the circle property, I will make the width 30 and the height 30. And let's bring that to next to our status column. So circle has fill property, and here I will select this, and instead I will say switch this item. What's the name of the status column? We call the task status, comma, task status with the table name dot in progress. I want to see color orange. Second, select again task status with the table name dot not started. We can put this maybe pink color pink task status demo project tasks dot completed, color green, and the last one is delayed. That's always, we will say color red and close the parentheses, and here we are. So now, for example, I have one task that hasn't started. We have actually a couple of the tasks that hasn't started, even the dates are the old dates, but you get the idea. So if, for example, I can come here and select the task status completed, and this will change the color. Oh, also it's important because this is the fill property. What we need to do here, I will select the gallery again, select the first record and the icon. I will select all and copy this. The icon has pressed fill, so I will make this the same color that we added to the field. And there's also a hover color, I think, yeah, hover fill, so I will paste it here. So now if I select, you see the color doesn't change. Also, it's important to understand whenever if someone looks at your code, they can select it, and there is a Copilot icon here. Click explain this formula. This will nicely explain the formula you see here. So click complete. So what we need to have here, we have gallery and the task information, but we need to add headers here, table headers, right? So I will close this, select my sidebar container, make sure you are here, sidebar container 1, and inside that I will add horizontal container. And once we have this, I will turn off the flexible height, and the height I will make it 40. And then click the tree view again, select the container and click the ellipsis and reorder and move up. So we want this above our gallery so that we can add the column names here. So I will come back here again, select my newly added container and click plus and add a text label. Text label, maybe we can actually change the color of underlying container. So I will change the color something similar to our header color. And the text label, I will make the align with container. Then width, I will make it 40, maybe 50. And I will rename this to task ID. Maybe I can make this 70 actually. And I can make this centered, maybe not the first one. Then make this bold and make this maybe 15. Then I think I need to again change the size of the text label, and the color I will select this and will make it white. So if I come here and you can see this is the task ID, I will do the same for other table headers, so columns. So I will choose this, copy, and this will be our task name. Then I will pause the video I just added all the column headers, and you can see here we have column headers, and under we have the records. So I will exit. So next to the due date, I will select my container. Actually, I want to add a sort button icon. So I'll add that here. I will make it, and I will change the color to white. So what we will use this for to sort our due date. Right now it doesn't function because we didn't put the logic there. So I'll come back, and now you can see we have our gallery, and I will do the similar customization for our form control. The first thing I will do here, I will select my form. So let's come back, and you can see this is the form one. So due date, again, I will come here, select this. First, you need to unlock the data card. Click card, then advanced, click unlock the change properties. So I will select this, and visible, I'll make this false. Similarly to the other one, I will make this false. Then we have one left here. I will make this false too. So we are making the visibility false, so we don't have to see them. So I will come back, select my form again, edit the properties here. The columns, right now we have two columns. I will make this one, and then snap to columns. I will turn this off. I will edit fields. For example, we typically have task ID comes first. I will rearrange this. Task ID, task name, then we have description, then due date, that's fine, task status, and we also added a new column for assigned person. So I will come to add field and look for assigned to and click add. Again, you can add more fields here. That can be duration, that can be start date, so you can do that. Right now this is in the play mode. If I click here, for example, John doesn't have any picture, I will come back here and select Megan and click this. And exit. So I'm going to change the form background color so that this can be visible. So I'll make this little light gray, and you can see right now it's more visible. So I will also extend the date control here. Excellent. So here you can see we have gallery, we get the quick information, and if we want, we can also get the detailed information, or we can change the task information here. For example, change task date, task status, maybe assign to person, etc. So right now this shows the task ID on the top. So what I will do here, I will come and select this and select the record title. This shows the title ID, but I want it to show the task ID when there is an existing task. So for that, I will make if form1 dot mode equals form mode new. I want to show the text, for example, add new task details. Otherwise, I want my gallery records gallery 1 selected. So maybe here we can also add text saying task ID. Then close this one more time. So right now you can see if I select the existing task, this shows the task ID equals this. And if I click new task, this will change to add new task details. Also, it's important here, you can see you have this option to make the certain fields mandatory. So those must be filled out to submit the form, otherwise you can't. And it's easy to do that. For example, like if I come back here, I can select the data card here, maybe description even advanced, unlock, and look for required. Right now it's false. I can make that true. So you see that star icon there. So that means that whenever we fill out new task, this field must be filled out. So let's exit from here. So right now we have one screen showing gallery and the form, and we have also search action here. For example, I can search by task ID, and I can search by design, the task name. This is perfect. If I click my gallery and if I go to items, right now it shows search our table based on whatever we put in the control, whether it's task ID or task name. So what I will do, actually, I will delete the description. We don't need description to search our task based on description. So this will only show task ID and task name based on the input we put in the text input, that search box. But what else we need? We might need to have a capability to filter the gallery based on the task status. So what I will do, I will collapse this. I will come here. So there is another container for our search input. I will close this. So look for search container 1, and under this you will see search icon 1. So I don't want that, so I will come here and delete. Then I will select search container 1 again, and here I will insert a drop down. I will make this property line center. Right now items shows on a drop down sample. So what I will do, so let's play, and you can see these are the values because we haven't connected to our data source. So I'll come back here, select the container, select the drop down. First of all, let me rename this. I will call this drop down filter, maybe status filter. Let's be more specific. And for the items property, I will say choices of my demo project tasks dot status, task status. And you can see it here. Also, whenever you add drop down, make sure that you come to advanced and look for allow empty selection. If this is false, that means that you can't remove the selected value unless you add a button or something. But I will make this true. So right now, if I come back, if I select in progress again, this will make it empty. All right, now we have successfully added our drop-down control and connected to our underlying data source. So what we need to do now to connect our gallery with this drop-down. So whenever I choose the value, this gallery will be filtered by the selected value. So what I will do, I will come back, select my entire gallery, and go to items, extend this. So I will add space here, start with filter, because we are filtering our gallery based on the value. So I will not touch search part, and after the search part I will add comma, and I will say we renamed our, by the way, the drop down, so we can easily find that, that's why. And drop down starts filter selected dot value equals blank, or task status, that's the name of our column, equals drop down starts filter dot selected dot value, and close the parentheses. Now if I play, you can see we chose the in progress, and this shows in progress. If I deselect it, this will show the entire gallery, and I can select completed, this will show only completed tasks. And we can use this together. For example, if I come and add the task ID here, this will show only the task ID here. Since something happened, this shows the task ID again. So let's come back, close this, select this, and I will make this task name, close. Now this shows the task name. So what else we can do, I will come back, let me deselect this, and this one again. So there is another container here, new red, this one, select this, and I will add a button. And we can again change the color. I will make it centered, and I will change the value to reset. So what we are trying to do here, whenever I choose this value, I don't want to manually deselect. I want to click this button, and this will reset this drop down, and then our gallery will be showing all the data, records or tasks. So I will come here and click reset, and on select I will say reset drop down, close. So if I play now, if I click reset, it's gone. And if I select any value, my gallery will be filtered, and if I click reset, and this will also clear this out. So right now, but the reset button, like if there is nothing selected, we don't want to see it. So I will come back here, click the reset, go to visible property. So on visible property, I will say is blank, my drop down starts filter dot selected dot value, close the parentheses. So what I'm trying to do here, so whenever I choose any value from this drop down, then I want this button be visible. But whenever I click reset, this will reset this drop down, and it will go away. Again, if we don't need that button, we don't need to see it. So what else we can do? We can also add a combo box to filter our gallery based on the selected person. So I'll come back here, click this, I think this is the one, yeah, search container, and I will come back here and add combo box. And I will connect to my demo project tasks. We'll center it. If I play, you can see now, but right now it's connected to our task ID. So what I will do, I'll come back here, select my combo box, and we'll say choices of my demo project tasks dot assigned to. So if I come back, this will show the people. So that way we can filter our gallery. So if we don't want to show the find items here, the combo box has a text input text placeholder. I will say find people instead. All right. And then what I will do, this is a little different than our drop down. So I will select this. I will create a variable first. I will come to on change. I'm saying if is blank combo box dot selected items. I'm saying if it is not blank, then the update context, the local variable, I will set this var filter people, and this will be in our combo box dot selected dot display name. Close the curly bracket, and then one more update context curly bracket var filter people, and set this to blank. And one more. So let's format this. And then I will select my gallery, and here maybe format the text. Then after value I will put comma, say my var filter people equals blank, or my assigned to dot display name in our var filter people. So if I play it now, I can come here and look for Megan, and this will filter our gallery only for Megan. Also, let's see. So right now we can choose multiple people. We don't want that. So I can come back and select my combo box. Let's close this. Properties. And on the right side, there is allow multiple selections. I will turn this off. But the problem we have here, if you look at, we get the delegation warning. Here, if you see, this is highlighted. And if we click, it says delegation warning. The highlighted part of this formula might not work correctly on large data sets. So there are multiple ways that you can make this to work with large data sets. For example, lookup function, then it can be start with. I will not go deep in that, but there are a lot of resources on the internet. You can leverage it. So what else we can do right now, if I click this, and let me select this in progress. So I will select my button again, then I will go on select, this time semicolon, and I will say reset my combo box one. So if I click reset, this will reset it. The similar way, but I want that visible only if there is any value selected here. So I will come back and click reset, go to visible property. I will say or is not blank, my combo box. Again, for the easiness, you can rename your combo box. That's the best practice. I will say selected dot display name. Close the parentheses. The same way, if I come back, I can click reset, and this will reset those combo boxes. So now we have 3 different ways. Let me actually extend this. This takes too much space. So I will come back and select my combo box. The width property, I will make it maybe 200 so that we can have enough space for search. So what else we need? I'm also going to, okay, we added a sort icon here. What I will do, I will select the sort icon and I will create a local variable. On select, I will say update context, then sort descending, maybe I think 1. So if we click explain the formula, this expression toggles the value of the sort descending. That's the name of our variable between the true and false. So then I will come back here, select my gallery, and on top, let me make space again, click here. I will start with sort by columns, comma, I will say if we have a variable named sort by descending, then I will say sort order ascending, then sort order descending, and close it. So sometimes it gives error here. For example, the specified column due date doesn't exist. So come here, let's start with the schema name. This is my schema name, and I will start with, let's see, okay, this is the task status. Now if I click, now it works. I used to be able to select only the name, but now I noticed that this is a change. So if I come back, I can click this button. This sorts like oldest and newest. All right, now looks like we have one screen to capture the project task information. What I will do, I will come back here, select this. Let me extend the tree view. And I will look for select this, and here I want to add a button to take the users to another screen for Copilot action. So I will come here and add a button. I will align it with my container. I will set the primary to secondary. Then instead of text, I will choose icon, for example, chat. And the size width will be maybe 80. And on select, let me actually add a new screen. I will ask Copilot to add a new screen with header, body, and footer. It successfully added a new screen. Let's collapse this. So I don't need the footer part. I will click this and I will delete. And here I will click insert and I will select Copilot control. So for some reason I can select the data from here. So if you have the same issue, you can come to data source and click which table. Currently you can only select one, connect to one table. So I will select demo project, and you can also give select the view. Using Dataverse is so great because you have out-of-box views you can use, or you can create a new view so that users can leverage it. So I'll select maybe active, or I won't choose anything here. So I will align this to width, turn this on. So if I play, this is connected to my data source, the table that we have. Sometimes the sync takes a little bit longer, so if you don't get the answers right away, just be patient. And here I will also add a button to take us to back. So you can ask Copilot to do that, but I think this is the quickest way. So I will come back here, make this align with the container, and make it this back, and I will select the icon. So now we have this back button. So what I will do, I will come back to our demo project task screen, select this button that we added, and on select, I will say navigate to screen 1 and close. And I will come back to screen 1 and select back button, and I will say back. Let's go to project task screen, click play. And if I click this button, this will take us to Copilot screen. And I will say, for example, so as you can see, it says task ID is currently in progress. Let's verify that information. So I'll click back. So, okay, perfect. Now you can see it pulled the right information. I think this is really great for end users to get the quick information about the existing data set. So there is another Copilot also I want to talk about that. That's a little different. So if we come back to settings, click settings, there is a Copilot. This Copilot is custom Copilot that you build using Copilot Studio. So right now it says connect a Copilot. So when you connect a custom Copilot, created in Microsoft Copilot Studio. So click that. And this is Microsoft Copilot Studio. This is the low-code, no-code way of building chatbots, and it comes with really great Gen AI capabilities. You can build your own Copilot. So here, let's see, I have a couple of Copilots that I'm testing. This is one of them. I can come back here and select, and this shows all the Copilots that in my environment. So this environment that I'm building, it's Rafsan's demo environment, they should be in the same environment. So if you build your, for example, chatbot in different environment, they will not pop up here. So the environments should be the same. So I will select, for example, Copilot Project Assistant and close. So unlike Copilot Control that we added here, App Copilot doesn't need a screen. So this is one of the main differences between two Copilots. For Copilot Control, we need a dedicated maybe screen, maybe control, but it needs to have a dedicated area. But for App Copilot, you don't need that, and I will show it how. So to use App Copilot, you need to save, then publish the app. So I'm going to publish the app. So if I come back to make that powerapps.com, here is the app we just built, and click play. Allow. So there is a Copilot here. If I click, this is actually my chatbot that I built on Copilot Studio, and here you can see. And I will show the data sources I put here. So let me extend this a little bit. So I will select Copilot Project Assistant. And if I go to knowledge, And these are the knowledge sources I feed my Copilot. So I have my underlying data source. I have files explaining project managers how they can use different prompts. And I also brought PMI website here so that people can learn about project management frameworks, etc. So these are the, unlike Copilot Control, which we could only connect to one table, but here we can have multiple data sources. So if I come back here, now I can ask, for example, what is PMI citizen developer? Click enter. So it provides generative answer based on the data source. And if I click, this will directly take me to PMI citizen developer. So I think this is really great. Copilots built in Copilot Studio, we have more capabilities that we can use. But now if I come back, let me collapse this, go to here. So here I can ask about, for example, questions about my underlying data source. But if I ask something else, it won't give me that information. There are 5 demo project tasks in dataset. So let's ask another question. What is PMI citizen developer? So as you can see, there is no result for your question about PMI citizen developer. That's one of the main differences. So this Copilot control directly connected to my underlying data source, which is just one table. But if I come back with my custom Copilot, it connects to multiple data sources. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you like this video, please give thumbs up and subscribe my channel for more tips and tricks for using Copilot Power Apps in project management. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.